What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Day One Radio right here at Live Hip Hop Daily. I am Maurice Garland, one of your co-hosts, and here with my man Brandon Peters. What's happening, man?
Nothing much, man. Coming off the holiday weekend. Enjoyed having quite a few days off, kicking it with the homies. Shout out to everybody that came out to Aisle 5 to our third anniversary of Hip Hop Trivia ATL. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, man, we just, it's been a good one. We ain't been here in a couple weeks, so it's good to be back in the saddle, man, getting things done. And we coming back with a bang, man. We got hip hop royalty
For real.
up in this piece, man. We got one of the best to ever do it, man, on multiple levels. You know what I mean? Back in the day, they might have known him as Ambassador Smooth Scholar, but y'all know him. Y'all know him as Moby Dick, man, founder of Beats by the Pound, later known as the Medicine Man, man. Good to have you in here, man.
Glad to be here, man, already, man. Great to be back in the ATL. You know, that's second home to me, man. You heard me? A lot of love out here. Shout out to my people in the building. You know, the Platypus Jones, you heard me? Shout out to Surround Sound, John Boy, you know what I'm saying? DJ Jelly. I mean, I can go on and on. Zone for a nut, man. I mess with the city, man. You hear me?
Yeah.
It's all good.
So what brought you out this time?
Man, like I said, working on some projects, man. I did a collaboration with one of my fellow alumni projects that we going to work on with Platypus Jones, man. He's a member of Surround Sound with John Boy, you know what I'm saying? And which really just made sense, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people think ATL and New Orleans have like this blood rivalry, but that's not the case. We got a lot of people who, especially in the college world, you know what I'm saying? We represent that college world, and the college is more like a microcosm to a macrocosm. So
You right about that, man, because,
saying?
they really only exist in the NFC south of the NFL. Everything else, you know what I'm saying? Like Atlanta and New Orleans is pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? It's just Falcons Saints, and that's kind of where it stops, really, with the quote-unquote rivalry, you know what I'm saying? As far as my vantage point, what I've seen since living here, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the South is the South, man. And that's what we, so far as the No Limit, movement, that's my cousin, Shout out to Master P, he really put that on made people really respect the South in the industrial aspect and so far as how the content that we put out and that our lives matter too, you know what I'm saying? In that aspect, so that means people across the board in the South recognize that, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, we did collaborations with the Goody Mob on C Murder's, Life or Death album, you know what I'm saying? We recorded that, of course, in L.A. That's where we bumped heads out there, and it was all love, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Goody Mob, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Dungeon family, you know what I'm saying? And number love across the board, man. So that's all we spreading. That's all we spreading from here on out, you know what I'm saying? That's all we ever spread was love, you hear me?
No doubt. Yeah. Man, so dude, your career is so long, man. I don't even really know where to fully start, man. I don't think a lot of people know that everybody knows you sing.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knows you make beats. I don't think a lot of people know that you used to rap and you play instruments. And you mentioned you and Coda being alumni. So talk about your experience at Southern University playing in a band.
Oh man, let me tell you something, man. My first experience was when I was in high school, and we saw him at a governor's. My high school band, we were chosen to march in it. Shout out to Morgan City High School Band. Shout out to Morgan City, Syracuse, Louisiana. You heard me, man? People out there. But anyway, our high school band was chosen to march in that inaugural Governor's Parade in Louisiana, and Southern, being one of the universities, the HBCUs between that and Grambling, having a football program, and a marching band, they were there, bruh, and I had never heard anything. I think they had played Earth, Wind, and Fire. They played that. They played the the All in All album. And they also, the whole album. I didn't say song, they played the album. From front to back. And they also played the cameo Nights by Nights album from front. And I saw it the first time I ever saw a band director Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace, Dr. Isaac Gregg. I saw him raise his hand and say, "Flip the album over," and he did it. And that was a wrap. I had aspirations. From that point on. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want in my life right there. Of course, I come from a core style. A lot of people don't know about core style bands. A core style band, like, the
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like the marching, rigidly, you know what I'm saying? But, it's a good art form. But, I had little experience at Purcell Junior in Chicago when I marched one semester there. Shout out to Purcell Junior on the south side of Chicago, you know what I'm saying? So I had a little high school experience doing that, so that became my favorite. But I ultimately became a member there in the class of 1986.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Man, that's one of the greatest experiences, I'm talking about musically I've ever had in my life, to play in that particular band, you know what I'm saying? I played mellophone in that band, you know what I'm saying? So
you played who in that band?
Mellophone.
Mellophone. So for people that are not that musically inclined, what exactly is a mellophone? I've heard of saxophone, I've heard of xylophone. What exactly is a mellophone?
A mellophone is the brass alto instrument.
Okay.
You have the soprano range, you have the alto range, the tenor range, the baritone range, and of course the bass range. You know what I'm saying? So, it would be what the saxophone is to the woodwind, the alto saxophone to the woodwind.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is, and we play that range there.
At what point, like when you were doing that, and we're talking about the 80s when record deals wasn't so plentiful, so did you think at any point that you were going to be an artist, or you were going to produce platinum records, or were you were going to go the traditional musician route?
I mean, I had my mind made up by 1988 that I was going to do music professionally, and my first intention was to do it from the background standpoint, just have names in the credits or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and just get my money, you know what I'm saying. But it didn't work out that way. When duty calls and you have something that somebody else see in you, you know what I'm saying, like my cousin saw in me, you know what I'm saying, like. Then I did it, before, like on other projects, you know what I'm saying, prior to No Limit. The CC Waterbound stuff that came out of Syracuseville, Louisiana, you know what I'm saying, with me and my cousin, Merrick Young, Money Young.
Yeah, I was going to say, you had a label even before you started doing stuff for No Limit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, just learning the business side of it was imperative because I knew I was going to do it professionally.
Right.
So I prepared, just by being studious, you know what I'm saying, in college and in the military and, just having that sense of business, you know what I'm saying. I knew that I would have to apply that eventually. So I prepared myself, you know what I'm saying, by registering with BMI, getting all my copyright collection.
Oh, so you were super ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Where did all that knowledge come from, man?
I mean, just always been an inquisitive person. Anything that I was interested in, I sought it. You know what I'm saying? I just, like they say, seeking you shall find.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was raised that way, I just looked as far as down the rabbit hole would take me, you know what I'm saying? And it took me there.
So, like, where would you find this kind of information? Because, like, nowadays, even though some people choose to not look it up, even though you could just Google it and whatever, but in those days, like, did you have people that was already kind of in the game that was informing you? Or was it a thing where it's like you just, knocked on doors, called numbers?
No, I lived in Morgan City. I was on the unincorporated Morgan City, man. It just I had that will, man. That's just how bad I wanted it. Gotcha. It's like in it, I just always thought outside the box.
Right.
You understand? Always did. It's like, what in front of me wasn't. I knew that wasn't it.
Right.
Anything that was in front, I knew was something behind it or something further, and I was looking for that. Like I always was a stargazer. Okay. It's like I used to research astrology and all that type of stuff. So I just always took a scientific approach to everything. So I would, in those times before the internet, they had the library.
Right.
So I would go to the library and I would look up all that. You know what I'm saying? So as long as I had a library, I was good. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, you know, a lot of people obviously know Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and all of that, but a lot of talent comes out of those small towns in Louisiana, man. What was it like growing up out there?
Oh man, growing up in those spots, man, like it was number one, a sense of community. Mm-hmm. Community was everything, man. Like especially the smaller ones, you know what I'm saying. And the type of community that I come from, like I said, Syracuseville, Louisiana. You know what I'm saying. You know, we were builders and you know, like industrial people.
Yeah.
We come from an industrial areas, like where trades like welding.
Okay.
Carpentry, you understand what I'm saying? Pipe fitting, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, is that northern or southern?
It's like in the Gulf, like close to the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my people are from, well, mom's side from Grambling, dad's side is from probably a place you probably never heard of.
Poverty Point?
Perryville Township, about 20 miles outside of Monroe.
West Monroe or Monroe?
Outside of Monroe.
I think I heard of it, man.
Yeah,
you know, I heard of Perryville.
Yeah, family been there since the 1800s.
That's what's up.
Yeah, That's for sure.
And people don't understand, man, that when we talk about our people, right, and that in that part of the world, or really anywhere in the world, every slave, it wasn't always just black slaves there. You know what I'm saying? It was black people.
Yeah.
The people that they called Indians was our color.
Yeah.
Real tough. And there's a spot in that area called Poverty Point. That's why I mentioned it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they have like, you know, remnants of civilization that predates Mesopotamia and you know the pyramids of Giza. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a little tidbit right there. So research that Poverty Point. But yeah, man, you know, a lot of people think a lot of that talent come from out of the big cities and stuff like that. But that's, you know, Louisiana has a lot of culture, man, because, you know, it's 300 years old now.
Yeah.
So it predates the United States itself.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
For sure, man. What for you, how did you end up linking up with your cousin and taking it from, you know, the independent label you already had with your other cousin to pushing forward and helping him establish what became a juggernaut?
Which cousin you talking about?
Pete.
Pete?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you had a cousin, the label before with your other cousin, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Pete, you know, we had history like all our life. We grew up together. You know.
Gotcha.
You know, from Morgan City to New Orleans, or Syracuseville to New Orleans, that was like about an hour, 15-minute trip. You know what I'm saying?
It's close.
Yeah, so we would frequently see each other. You know what I'm saying? But you know, people when you get older, like go to college and stuff like that, and go to the next level in life, some people go away, some people stay. You know, both me and him went away.
Yeah.
You know, in our college careers. You know, I went to Southern, and I went to the military for high second and transferred and went to Wichita after a while. You know what I'm saying? And via another one of my cousins, you know, he had went up there on a football scholarship. Shout out to Chubb. You know what I'm saying? And wound up there, and I liked what I saw in the Midwest, and you know, got a little of that Midwest in my, you know, in my system.
Kansas.
You know, so via a road trip, you know, from going back home, you know, like around Thanksgiving, you know, me and my fraternity brothers, we took a road trip. Shout out to the bros. To the Bayou Classic and stopped by in Dallas. You know, met up with him inadvertently.
Gotcha.
At one of them clubs that we stopped by, and you know, it was like a long time no see type of situation.
Gotcha.
You know.
And I'm assuming he already knew you was doing music and everything.
Oh, yeah,
you've been,
Oh, yeah.
Did you know, because he was trying to be a hooper, so did you know that he had transitioned into doing the label thing and all of that?
No, he had been wanting to do the music for a while, you know what I'm saying, like way back in 91 and stuff.
Okay.
He had already had it in his mind, because he always we come from musical culture anyway. New Orleans is music, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's a musical culture.
Most
and
definitely.
He had an aspiration early on, and but like we don't just put all our eggs in one basket, so we try different things, you know what I'm saying? But basketball was one of his ways out the hood. And then we got him out the hood, and and he applied, everything he learned from that, and then going to college and stuff like that. And, the people that he met, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I'm saying, we bumped heads in Dallas. One thing led to another. And it's history, you heard me?
Right. Now, at that time, had he already moved out to the Bay, or was he still floating around?
Oh, he was in the Bay at that time, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I remember. What's crazy is I remember, I'm from Oakland. So I remember, and I came out of high school the year that No Limit really started popping in the Bay.
This was like 94.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I remember, like, they wasn't taking P seriously, and then all of a sudden, y'all took off. Because I remember the Ghettos trying to kill me. Oh, yeah. And I remember when Silk used to rap, how Silk used to rap back in the day. You know what I mean? Before he started the on-beat, off-beat thing, man. So how was it for you coming out there to the West Coast? You had done stuff in, Louisiana, and then
I was already accustomed to it, because I already did military time out there.
Right,
I was, plus I got family out there.
Yeah.
So, matter of fact, I went to elementary school in 4th grade out there. So
really?
Yeah, I'm already accustomed to that.
You've been all over the place.
Yeah, I was already a traveler, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to have a lot of, we got a documentary come up called Beast by the Pound. It's self-titled.
Okay.
And a lot of that information is going to be up in there, man, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that information, the details going to be in there, like the chronology and all that. Yeah. It's going to be detailed in that, but so that's one of the things that we got going on, man. Matter of fact, the Beast by the Pound, shout out to KLC.
Yeah.
Craig B. and Odell. And also Carlos, you know what I'm saying? We got some, like I'm saying, it's not even historic anymore. It's the now. Because we really took it and branded it now.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I'm saying? We branded it now, and, we turning it into, actual brand that's going to keep going. Because, that's the sound right now, a lot of people don't know, it's been inspired by it.
Yeah.
Partially by that and Manny Fresh, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Timberland, you know what I'm saying? That era, you know what I'm saying? And we just want to just pass the baton and, like I'm doing with my juke partner, you know what I'm saying? With Pat Push Jones, man, you know what I'm saying?
So for you, you mentioned the documentary. I remember a few years ago I saw on Kickstarter you was trying to get another documentary. I think it was Mine Eyes Have Seen off the ground. Did you ever end up doing anything with that, or is that kind of transitioning over into?
What happened.
Okay,
that's what happened.
Gotcha.
See, certain things you had to go back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? Because, I tried to do that and to do something solo on that. I'm like, nah, it would make more sense to do it with the team, because people really, was more. They gravitated more into the team aspect of things.
Yeah, for sure.
Aspect of things,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Even though, I sing, solos and stuff like that, and but people knew me more for what I did with Beast by the Pound.
Right.
And it's, I just wanted to just celebrate the brotherhood of that.
Yeah, y'all made history.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all definitely made history. You mentioned the teamwork, and what I found interesting about Beats by the Pound and by No Limit as a whole that you don't really see with a lot of other labels then or even now is everything was a collaboration.
The whole thing, man. And that's the spirit we want to bring back now, because, I see a lot of solo acts.
Yeah.
You
don't really have groups no more.
You don't have groups no more. Yeah. But shout out to the Migos, man. The Migos, man. Bruh. That's what I'm talking about. Culture. They got the right to have that name, Culture, because they brought out the dab, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got white Chinese and Mexicans and the aliens and everything dabbing now, because what they brought a whole nother aspect, like the dance. That's one that always been with that. What's the the pillars of hip hop.
Oh yeah, graffiti, DJ,
and dancing,
breaking, MCing.
You understand? Yeah. And they kept the elements going, man. And shout out to them guys. I like what they're doing, man.
Right.
I like what QC doing over there as well, bro.
For sure.
So, and I figure we just need more of that, you know what I'm saying? And like, my thing is like with, like per se, the Platypus, he's started up with, with what's the name of the sound, the surround sound with John Boy. Michael Jackson started off with who? Jackson 5,
right.
You understand what I'm saying? And Beyonce started off with who?
Destiny's Child.
The Destiny's Child, you know what I'm saying? So Lil Wayne started off with who?
The Hot Boys.
You know what I'm saying? So I figure that way, if we can introduce one another through like a type of family affair.
And that's what you guys did wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
A lot of that happens like in the beginning, but even after there was so much success, y'all continued the same formula. How was y'all able to keep egos in check and get to the point where you could have an established artist who had gone platinum or gold or multi-platinum say, all right, cool, you the newest person here, we're going to go ahead and put you on there. And it would be hits, though. It wouldn't just be like an album track. Y'all would have hits with established artists and somewhat newer artists on it.
Yeah, we had an understanding, man. You know what I'm saying? It was an understanding, amongst, what we wanted to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And we understood chain of command because it was a military type of, operation.
So the tank was real.
Yeah, it was a military type of operation. So you had chain of command. So we respected and followed that, and we just worked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got it in. We didn't have time for all the, the emotional shit. You know what I'm saying? We had no time for that. You had to be soldiers in the whole matter. You know what I'm saying?
So what ended up being the I guess the straw that broke the camel's back for you guys to leave and do the Medicine Man thing?
We don't talk about that on there.
You don't talk about it?
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
That's not going to be mentioned, just not to give up something. We're not even going there with the documentary. We're celebrating the sound.
Okay.
Because, certain things, we just want to leave where it is.
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? And just celebrate the accomplishments that was made and the history that was made with that brand. Because you never know. A reunion may come about. So the story is never over.
I don't even remember if we even talked about it before, but we've had P on the show twice.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember if we talked about it. We talked about everything, so we probably did. But that's your family, so family goes through things. So are y'all back working together again? And you see that coming?
I just see now.
Okay.
Whatever going to work itself out is going to work itself out or not.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, I operate in love. I love my cousin. I love everybody, all my tank dogs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fiend, shout out to Hound, shout out to Mystical. A lot of people don't know he's out.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, P's got a new movie called I Got to Hook Up Too right now.
Right.
He got, I think, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle is going to be. I'm pretty sure that's going to do pretty well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just looking at everybody's aspirations moving forward, and then you just don't never know how things work itself out, man. We don't do the mess. We don't do that.
I respect that 1,000%.
Real talk, you know what I'm saying? And that's the code we always live by on the tank. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I still got TRU tatted on my stomach, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I always, been a loyal person in anything that I believe in and just not lip service, you know what I'm saying?
I want to say a few artists and producers' names. I want you to give me thoughts or stories about working with them, because y'all produce way too many hits to even go through songs. We ain't got that kind of time. Mm-hmm. Your discography is long. You mentioned a name earlier that I think a lot of people really sleep on as far as being a writer and a rapper, and that's Fiend.
Oh, man. Fiend, shout out to Fiend, man, a.k.a. International Jones, you know what I'm saying? Jet Life, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Currency, you know, Corner Boy, P. Musa. That's family, man. The bottom line, we still communicate every day to this day, you know what I'm saying? And that's the brethren, man. So I can't say enough about Fiend. Him as a writer, man, and his work ethic, I mean, you can't beat it. You know, he's still out there pushing. He put out a new project. He got one out called Cooling in Season, Cooling in Season 2 that he just put out under his alias International Jones.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll have to check that out.
And he and Servo also have a song out now called Frontline that we did together.
Okay.
So look that up on all, you know, downloads and streaming networks that's out right now.
Okay.
You know, and also Fiend did the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I forgot he even produced, right? I remember like in the mid 2000s, I was talking to somebody at a major label. I won't say the name, and they was like, right now, Fiend has written on 5 of the top 10 records in the country right now.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's a ghostwriter, man. Like, you know, he wrote for a couple of people, so I'm not at liberty to say
obviously not.
Who he wrote for. You know what I'm saying? So,
he's a monster.
He do what he do.
For sure. Cain and Abel.
Oh man, that's also the brother. You know what I'm saying? Just when they first were introduced to us, man, I just felt something about those guys, man, that was special, and it was just an automatic chemistry. You know what I'm saying? When I saw them, I don't know, something just told me gangstified. You know what I'm saying? And not trying to implicate anything. You know what I'm saying? It may have just been me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you felt.
But it was an energy that we collabed on. There were two identical twins. You know what I'm saying? From New York, Puerto Ricans, and you know what I'm saying. And it just came out that way. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. KLC.
Oh, that's that dude there. That's the brother.
Yeah.
We talk every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I'm saying, he and I founded Beats by the Pound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when I knew that we were going to both occupy the same space, I just thought it made sense to economize.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just have a synergy, because band and collaborations is just a thing in the South, period. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming from New Orleans, you know, Atlanta, Houston, Tennessee, you know, Memphis. We all about the band, you know what I'm saying? Mississippi, Jackson, you know what I'm saying? We all about the band. And I just saw a vision of a band, a production band, and he was with it. And salute to my brother KL, man. I mean, what can you say? Mr. Bout It, Mr. Down for my niggas, Mr. You know what I'm saying? Move, bitch, get out the way.
Drums.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, them drums, them horns. Yeah. Come on, man. That dude there. That's all I can say about KL. That dude there.
Yeah, I think what made y'all and still makes y'all, because you're still going so dope, is that everybody brought a different ingredient to each song, and it just sounded good together. It never really clashed. Like, it sounded great.
And look out, you know, the wait is almost over, man. I know y'all been waiting for a little while. The drum major is finally about to come out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And also, of course, when we put out the documentary, we have a soundtrack coming out for that as well, for Beats by the Pound. You know what I'm saying?
Any dates on this? Any 2019, 2020?
2020.
2020.
Look out for summer 2020.
That sounds like it must be the anniversary type thing.
Oh man, it just really perfect timing, man. It just to be realistically speaking. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to lie to the public, say it's coming out next month, and it
gotcha.
Understood. You know what I'm saying? Be the boy cry wolf. Now realistically, it's gonna come out 2020, because you gotta look out things. You know, if we would have had it our way would have came out, you know, 2 years ago.
Right.
But look,
Time.
the Wu-Tang, just, we got to celebrate the Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They, rightfully so. NWA had to come out first. We had to, celebrate things in particular order. You know what I'm saying? And, anybody you saw the Wu-Tang?
Yeah.
You like it?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I think I watched all of it in like a day and a half. Yeah.
And shout out to Noise, to the Organized Noise. They put out theirs,
exactly.
on Netflix a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to those guys, man. They made a significant contribution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it just comes in particular order, man.
What I find, what I'm most, because I've watched some interviews with you and just followed you over the years, is that you're really a student of the game. But not just the stuff that preceded you, but your peers and newer people as well.
Oh, yeah,
I got a lot of respect for that, because a lot of cats in your position especially hate on stuff that ain't their stuff.
Oh, man. Look, why? Why hate?
I don't know. I'm not a hater, so I can't tell you why people hate.
I don't get it, man. Like, I look at it like this here. I'm a college student for the rest of my life. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm always had the spirit of research and scholarship and uplift, you know what I'm saying, and passing the baton. Because I look at life as a relay. And we want this thing to run smoothly, and have it run properly, you know what I'm saying? We got to properly pass the baton and the relay of life.
Right.
Life is a relay. We got to really just get all the way to the point, not halfway and stop.
Right.
And then they got to come back and get the baton. We got to meet them at the meeting point. You dig what I'm saying? So, that's how information is, and that's how we should be as a people.
Y'all hear that? Stop holding on
Real talk.
to something that ain't yours.
Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was young and I was inquisitive. I was wild. I was experimental. I tried cocaine. I tried, I never did no mushrooms. I was scared to see elephants and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I tried, try things. And then we talk about the youngers nowadays. The drug of their choices right now, they try and they're experimental. All we could do is pray for them that they're delivered from it, and they can learn from it and keep it moving, and not put them down and try to understand them. Right. And why do they even choose to do the things that they do? You know what I'm saying? And just have that communication line open with them.
That's real.
So, I'll never put down the kids, because I have kids myself. I want my kids to talk to me.
I respect that.
Come to dad, come to unc. You know what I'm saying? Come holler at the OG.
For sure, I respect that. You was the remake king. Was that on purpose? Like, was that on purpose that you will remake certain joints? And how did you make them your own? Because a lot of times, especially during that period, we just had people taking beats and pretty much just rapping over it exactly how it was when it came out in the 70s or early 80s. But you had joints and interpolated them, replayed stuff, and we knew where it came from, but it still had a different kind of knock. Like, what was your method behind that?
I mean, I didn't really have a method per se. You know what I'm saying? I had a feeling.
Okay.
And I just applied that feeling, and I was inspired by certain things, and certain things, it wasn't even my inspiration. Like, I was always able to play something or rewrite something and make the music sound real close to the record. You know what I'm saying? That's just how, because I could hear real good ears. Mm-hmm. So I could really play anything I could hear.
Okay.
You know
Do you read music too? Can you read music?
Yeah, I read too.
Monster.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I just play anything I could hear and rewrite anything I can hear. That's first of all. But then, I can just really interpolate whatever I want, however I feel, and that's just how I do it. But so far as a formula, I just feel it, man. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a call to do it, he said like P wanted the song. If he wanted, he put in his request, should I say?
Yeah.
He put in his request. He said, "I want this song redone," and he'll recommend the hook or have me like write the hook, whatever. Or sometime I'll come up with the idea.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just, whatever the case may be.
Did you get in a different, or do you get in a different mode when you in the booth? Because your singing is so soulful and heartfelt. But every time I've seen you on TV or anything, you be chilling.
Bro, I mean, it's like I'm saying, it's how I'm feeling. It is, you said it earlier, it is the soul, man, because music is a transportation for the soul.
Okay.
Real talk. It's a transportation of expression. You know what I'm saying? I just ride that highway.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just get on it, and whatever, however it make me feel, it just come out. You understand what I'm saying? And, I don't know, but some people trying to say it like another being or whatever. I don't know about all that. I just know it's the whole me, because we all have different partitions of us. You know, sometimes we're sad, sometimes we're happy, sometimes we like to laugh, sometimes we'll cry, sometimes we, whatever. It just how I express myself, how I'm feeling.
Have you ever done a hook or a verse or even a beat and heard it play back and it felt like an out of body experience, like that's me?
No, it always feel like an in-body experience.
Okay.
I'm always in it.
Okay. Gotcha.
And it comes out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I'm always in it and it just comes out.
Yeah.
You know,
man, like I said, man, y'all got hits, man. Hit after hit after hit. What a lot of times, everybody in hip hop is in the lists now, and saying the GOAT and who's the best and yada yada yada. Do you feel like Beats by the Pound gets enough credit historically, and if not, do you even care?
I mean, of course, we want our respect. You know what I'm saying? Nobody don't want to be, not respected or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like they say, in that aspect, I don't care, because, like they say, if you don't tell your story, somebody else will.
That's why the documentary coming out.
Exactly. That's why the documentary coming out. We gonna write our autobiography. We're writing our autobiography. We already wrote it, and it's coming out on the canvas. And we're gonna make that statement. That's what kings do. You know what I'm saying? We write our books. You know what I'm talking about? And the thing is, we're not gonna leave it up to somebody else to do it. And we know that we've been in the Complex magazines. We've been in the Power 30s. You know what I'm saying? So what else? The other one, what's the name of this one? It's a real good magazine. But I can't think of it right now, man.
Okay.
Pardon me, but it's a real good magazine. But we've been in real significant periodicals and played, GOAT lists and all that type of stuff.
Right.
And we're really appreciative of it, man, because history don't lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't lie.
One thing I heard you talk about before that, and I've only heard real deal people talk about this, like the Pharrells and the Dr. Dre's and stuff like that, is the difference between the actual frequency of music during one time versus what the frequency is.
432 and 44.1.
Yeah,
it's real.
Break that down for our listeners.
I mean, it's just that it's a frequency that music was meant for, because you gotta understand who was in charge of music at one time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what that is. People call the entity in different languages and different cultures by different names. So that as they do with the Most High Creator.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, the opposite of the Most High Creator was in charge of that, of music. You know what I'm saying? And music is so powerful of an instrument for influence that it's like a thin line between good and evil, whatever people consider good, whatever people consider evil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right and wrong, and it suggests things on that frequency. So the pure frequency of positive energy is 432, when certain people call it a God frequency. You know what I'm saying? And God being the syntax of God being, generator, operator, and destroyer. There goes the thin line between, good and evil. Generator, operator, destroyer. So on that generator, operator, destroyer frequency, you know what I'm saying, people are more careful about the content that they put in, because they know what type of behavior comes on that frequency.
Right.
So, and you notice they had to put an odd number at the end of the 44.1. You know what I'm saying? To just throw it off a little bit and distort it and give it more of the opposing frequency. And that's why, since that frequency has been out, a lot of, chaotic things have been, and weird things been happening.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all that was.
Yeah. Man, what are you reading right now?
What I read? I'm reading the Quran.
Okay.
I read the Quran. I also read the Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I also read 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All good things, man. Can you tell folks, man, where to find you? Not only find you on social media, because that's one aspect, but where they can find your work. So it's like, we got a lot of young listeners too. So if they need to get an education on Moby Dick, on No Limit, on Beats by the Pound, what do they need to listen to?
Man, good on. You can find me on YouTube. And my name is spelled MO space B dot space DICK. There's no Y in my name, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people get that confused.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can check me out on all the social media, Instagram at THEMOBDICK. Same across the board with Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr. And on my Instagram, that's what I use mostly.
Okay.
And that's how people could reach me, most directly. And there's a book button for any service or consultation that you want to get from me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And email and all that.
Okay, for sure. And for the people who are not super familiar with your legacy, what song should they start out with, or what album should they start with?
Man, you start out with the Ice Cream Man.
Okay.
You start out with Down South Hustlers.
Yeah.
Gangsta Harmony, Mystical, really the whole No Limit catalog, and it even goes out to Ludacris. I did Chicken and Beer on that project. And my new material that's out, I just dropped a new project out today.
That's the first thing you should have said. What's the name of the project, and where did they get it?
I just dropped the project. That's why I was saving the best for last right now. You know what I'm saying? I just dropped a new project called Flambeaux.
Okay.
You can find it on all downloads and streaming networks. You know what I'm saying? And Flambeaux is spelled FLAMBEAUX.
Okay.
It just dropped today. You know what I'm saying? I got a shout out. I got some people straight out of here, man. Zone 4 Nut, he's on that project. King of Campbellton Road. Lil Bruh, Louis Vett, he's on that project. Also, I have from Memphis, I have Player Fly on that project. You know what I'm saying? It's a real heavy project, man. Check it out, man. It's before that, I dropped a project 2 months ago called Pseudo Cryptosexual, for a lot of people who like the freaky music from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm known for that as well. So
right.
For that crowd, you know what I'm saying, Pseudo Cryptosexual, that's out there as well. So just look me up, man. I'm working. I never stop working, man. So look up Moby Dick on all platforms. You're gonna find something that fits you.
Can I ask one last question before we go? And this is an extremely selfish question. I've always wanted to know this, because you made the beat and you was there when it happened and it turned into controversy. What was the deal with the whole Ice Cream Man, and then Drew Down and them having the ice cream man and them arguing, dissing back and forth over that. Did you even know about the whole Drew Down thing?
Like I'm saying, I'm a dummy on that one. I ain't even
Gotcha.
I can't even go to the line like I know something.
All right. But you remember the whole back and forth.
It was retarded to me, so I didn't even have interest in it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I just, I'm beats by the pound, we had to keep a machine running, so we couldn't even entertain that retarded.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's retarded, bro. Real talk.
I understand that, man.
Name, bro. Come on, bro.
You know how it is.
Bro.
Yo, we appreciate y'all for watching on Live Hip Hop Daily, listening on CLNS Media. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review Day One Radio on all social media. Holler at us, we'll holler back. See y'all next week with another dope show. Peace.
Let's go. Already.